So today we're looking at a 16-inch cordless lawnmower from Sunjoe. This is the iON16LM, iON lithium ion 16-inch wide LM lawnmower. It is a battery-powered mower that uses let me just show you here. It uses a 40-volt battery that pops right into this housing, goes right on in, and clicks in, and off we are ready to go and mow some lawn. I'm going to take that back out because we're going to be looking at the mower. Inside this area where you have the battery, it also has the key area. This little key is something that you want to definitely keep track of because this connects the circuit which allows the unit to start. If you are going to be storing this, say, in a garage where your children can get access to it, you want to make sure this key is removed when you're done, because if this is in, you push a button, you hold the lever, and this blade's spinning. And it's spinning pretty fast, and it's going to cause some damage with little toes, so you definitely want to make sure that that is out. This has 6 height adjustment. Now, in our testing, we've had some cordless machines where on the lowest setting it was still leaving 2.5 inches of grass, 2.5 inches. This particular one, I like to have about 1 3/4 inch cut as far as height wise. And in the third height, this was giving me about what I wanted, between a second and third height. So it definitely can get short, or it can definitely give you a longer cut if you want. It allows for mulching, and it allows for bagging. That's pretty much what you're going to get. Now, this particular one doesn't say if it's a 2-in-1 or 3-in-1, and I was looking for information on it. So it kind of does the blowback thing in a weird way. Is that there's no chute that goes in here, which most of the cordless machines that we've been testing have a little plug that goes in here. This one does not have that. You just have this flapper down. So as you're mowing, what it's doing is it's blowing, it's hitting this, and it's kind of dropping it down at your feet, which is okay until you get into heavier grass. Then this gets plugged up, and all of a sudden you hear sounding like as it's going, you hear this thunk, like something's hitting the plastic on the inside. And you're like, oh my gosh, my blade's bad. No, it's just that this is plugged up, so you have to stop, lift this out, clean it up, and continue on. Basically, what you do is you stop the blade, you can hold this up with your toe, tip this, and everything falls right out. The Sunjoe is easily the lightest weight in our 40-volt testing that we did, lightest weight mower, and in many ways, it is the easiest to maneuver around the yard. It has a little bit wider tires, so it's going to kind of float over some of the rough spots in your yard. So if your yard is completely manicured, it's not so much of an issue. But if you've got a little bit rougher yard, or if you've got a spot where you've got night crawlers coming up, the little bit wider tires help to kind of float over some of those bad spots, which is definitely nice. The handle has 3 height adjustments where you can loosen this up and pivot it back and forth a little bit, so you can go a little bit lower and a little bit higher. There's no adjustment beyond that to lengthen the handle or not. So you're basically just going to change the angle just slightly depending upon the height of your person mowing. I have it right now set up in the top height, and I went out to go test how long a battery would work. In the top height, at a 6-foot+ person, this worked wonderfully and it was comfortable for me. In the lower height, I put it in the middle, and it worked well for my roughly 5.5-foot teenage son when he was testing it. And of course, lower, if you're shorter than that, there's a third height. But it's going to be somewhere in that ballpark. How far this got. One battery, I went out and I did an area that was about 200 feet long by 60 feet wide. You're covering a lot of ground. This and one charge, now just one of these did approximately a 12,000 square foot area. This covered, in a 40-volt range, this one covered the most ground. I think there's a couple of reasons why I was able to cover so much ground though with that. Is first off, it's lightweight. So it's not slowing me down. I could go just as fast as I could walk, and it was in a nice area where we weren't doing 3- and 4-inch tall grass. We were cutting off about 1.5 inches of grass in an area where the grass wasn't super heavy. It was just early season grass, and we were able to really make a lot of headway with that. So it did a 200 by 60 area, and then the battery died just as I was really doing. I think I was about a pass left in that area. It was pretty cool that I got that far and such before it shut off. We'll put a link in the description below so you can go check out the iON16LM from Sunjoe. It's a really nice cordless lawnmower, probably one of the best ones we have tested. It's fully plastic, lightweight, lightest one in our testing. If you're looking for something that folds up, compact, does a nice job, this is definitely something you want to check out.